Okay, one drive and one sulky wheel loaded up, ready to head out. Boy, does that look nice in the sun. Bright, shiny red. Ooh. Well, if those aren't the prettiest thing you've ever seen, I don't know what is. Happy Friday, everybody. What do you think? They're already dusty, but what do you expect sitting around in a wood shop for a week? This is exciting. Get them put back on the tractor here this weekend. Well, look at that. Happy Saturday. We got the wheels put on this morning. Boy, does that make the tractor look nice. Gets it back up to the proper height. That shiny red and green sure fit together nicely, complement each other. And it's almost fitting. 'Tis the season, right? It's Christmas colors. We're almost to Christmas. Hubcaps obviously aren't on yet because they're not done and painted, but the wheels are on. Bolts are tight, holding the wheel on there. Looks good. I'm excited. So the next thing I think is going to be the oil pan. Reason being, I was talking with Norm last night, see how my engine was coming along, and he mentioned that I might want to bring this down with me when I go to pick up the engine, so we can put it on, make sure everything works properly with the block before we, go there, assume, bring it back, and then discover that there's some kind of issue with fitment or whatever, because I'm not using the original block. This is going to be a different replacement block. I'll get into all that later when I actually get the engine back. I'll go through all the details of what we went through there. But for now, just know it's a different block. So I guess the next goal is to get this at least mostly cleaned up. So when I go down there to dry fit it, it's not all icky and rusty and gunky. So this baffle needs to come out so I can clean everything up. Obviously, because I don't have access to clean below it otherwise. It is riveted in. There's 3 rivets on either side of the pan. 1, 2, and 3. So those have to get ground off and punched out so I can remove this inner baffle. And then figure out what type of size of rivet is in there. So if I need to get some, I can. A couple on hand here just to kind of show you what. Come on. I can open it with one hand here. So there's a rivet, something like that in there. Let's put through the hole and then peened over on the inside. So I'll probably do something like that again to replicate what's original. This is where your oil pickup tube and filter screen go in that hole. You can see there's leaves and junk in that pan. Maybe you can't see, but there is. This baffle is going to need some attention. So this is an Allis specific oil pan to go with the tractor. The power unit engine oil pans are completely different, will not work. So I have to use this pan. I do not know at this point if the baffle, just a tin baffle, cast iron pan, tin baffle, I do not know if that by chance is the same on a power unit engine or not. If it is, and the other ones from the power unit engine are in better shape, I could possibly use that, because this one is it's so rusted, pitted, there's actually holes through it. So if I need to use this one, it will need to be cleaned up and welded up, repaired. So these are troughs where your crank connecting rod, that's the word I'm looking for, are dipping in to lube your bearings. And then I don't know exactly how the plumbing works, but this is an oil line. Oil's coming out of these holes to fill these troughs and lubricate everything as the engine is running. So I'll have to inspect all that, make sure there's no holes in anything, or that's, I suppose, another one of the things to make sure like that lines up with the stuff in the block properly. There's the front. And there's not much to see on the bottom as your drain, where your drain plug would go. But knock on wood, I don't see any cracks or anything to be concerned about with this casting. As far as I know, it's in good shape. But we'll get it apart and clean it up and thoroughly inspect it, and hopefully everything will work. But yeah, for now, I've kind of been just sitting back and admiring the tractor, because man, does it look nice. Getting that wheels on there sure makes it look different. Gets it up up to ride height again. Pipe sits pretty level as it sits right now. Pretty nice. I'm gonna go get some lunch and then we'll continue on with this project after. Okay, I took the little die grinder and ground off the heads of the rivets on both sides. I'll go back in the shop and see if we can punch them out of there. Okay, so this is how I got the rest of the rivets punched out. Got the anvil here with a little pipe fitting as a backer, so I got good support on the pan. I don't want to just bang on the pan because it's cast. I don't want to break it. So I got a good backer and a couple of whacks with the punch, and the rest of the rivets come out. So I'll get it up here on the bench now. Okay, baffle removed. It's not nearly as rusty and bad as I thought it was going to be. Gunky, sure, but not really rusty. Underside of the pan is actually icky oily. So that's a good sign. It's just the top side where the moisture collected that it rusted out. So this might be savable then. I think I'll probably go outside and do some cleaning here now. It's a beautiful day here. It's probably in the 40s, probably 45 degrees out there or something. So get some of this cleaned up while it's nice out there. I'll check back once I got something to show you. Little remnants on the bottom of this oil pan. To me, it looks like gray primer. No sign of green paint, but looks like gray primer underneath the gunk. That's kind of interesting. It's cleaning up pretty nice. Holes in it, but rusty on that side. Got the first layer of gunk cleaned off of it. Okay, let's do a quick recap here of the week. I got the wheels on the tractor, of course, so that was a good accomplishment. Excited about that. I got to talk with Norm a couple of times here this weekend and to keep updated with him to see how he's coming on the engine rebuilding. Last I talked to him, he was working on the valve guides, and he had the crankshaft in his lathe, and he had polished up all the journals and mic'd them, and everything checked out good there, so shouldn't be too much longer, and he'll be putting the crankshaft back in the block and fitting those bearings. And then it'll start coming together pretty quick after that. He had been cleaning up the block, and his grandson was helping clean up the block and that kind of stuff. So it's coming along nicely on his end. I cleaned up that oil pan a little bit, you see me do, and I got that loaded up in the back of the truck. So we can bring that down with us when we go to Norm's to make sure that all works with the block and everything. I kind of told you that already. I got the flywheel loaded up and that clutch part loaded up. So Norm can fit clutch parts into the flywheel. So that's ready to go because I'll be heading home sometime this next weekend to head back to Wisconsin for a few weeks for the holidays. And hopefully we'll get some good tractor time in and get some projects done there. Because there's always stuff to work on there too. I've been keeping in contact with my mag guy, Matt Scott. Hi, Matt. He's been working on the mag for the 612, and that's coming along nicely, I guess. Last I heard from him, he might have that ready sometime around the holidays too. So that'll be good. One more piece of the puzzle done. What else do I know? Today I didn't do much with the tractor. I helped Lawrence clean the shop and do some organizing and whatever. We've been meaning to do that a while. Go through and organize some stuff. Yeah, other than that, it was another beautiful weekend here. No snow, which is kind of strange this time of year. But I'm not complaining. So yeah, I think I'll wrap this up. Like I said, we'll kind of keep it short here today. Over the next couple weeks, things will probably be happening. I'll try to keep the videos coming out on a regular schedule, but we'll see what happens. No guarantees. Sometimes when I'm home, I get busy and the videos don't happen right away until I get back here and edit them and put them together and all that kind of fun stuff. But we'll see what happens. With this whole pandemic, I probably won't be quite as busy as we typically will be over the holidays. Won't be getting together with relatives and stuff like we typically do. So, but yeah, I thank you all for watching, and I hope you come back and check it out again soon. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Why wouldn't you do it? If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, be sure to post them below, and I'll try to address them. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.